Hey, fellow babies, welcome to the 42 show, the very show the captain of the Titanic himself called instrumental in saving lives all across social media.
Yeah, we saw the iceberg coming. Just didn't bother telling you.
Yeah, I had no reception. I couldn't tweet. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, we covered it the next day. I'm sure it helped. Now, let's see. Are the buttons working? Can we spin the Wheel of Doom?
Oh, can we?
No. I tried it pre-show, but it just won't do it now.
Doom, 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 doom.
Hey, I got yours up, so here, we'll just go there.
Oh, all right. We'll do that then. It's Boeing again. Because Joshua Dean, a Boeing whistleblower who raised concerns about defects in the 737 MAX jets, has died suddenly at the age of 45. Dean, who had previously worked as a quality auditor at Spirit Aerosystems, questioned standards and the supplier's plant in Wichita, Kansas, and was later fired in October 2022. And now, this is not to get confused about the other whistleblower who took his own life, but this is another one. He gained attention for his allegations regarding safety standards following an incident in which a door plug manufactured by Spirit Aerosystems malfunctioned on an Alaska Airlines flight in January. Dean passed away in the hospital on Tuesday after a sudden illness, as confirmed by his family on social media. He had experienced breathing difficulties and developed MRSA, pneumonia, and required intubation, which is the tube up your nose sort of thing, during his hospital stay. Despite his efforts to save him, Dean's health continued to deteriorate and ultimately succumbed to his illness.
I mean, seriously, if I was Fox Mulder, I'd be seriously suspicious right now.
Yes, I think that is especially when he and many other people have all emphasized that these whistleblowers are wanting to be silenced by Boeing. And, it does kind of like put big question marks over the whole thing, really.
Yeah, big time for me. I mean, seriously, not to be some tinfoil hat wearing dude or anything like that, but come on, it looks terrible. You can't help but wonder.
Yeah, their whistleblowers are dropping faster than their planes are at the minute.
And that's fast.
I mean, one of the things this article goes into all the sort of like things he was highlighting, and I'm not going to go into everything, but one thing he did describe was he described what they called a pizza party held at the Wichita plant to celebrate a decline in the number of defects reported, saying that the chatter at a meal quickly turned into observation that the gains were only due to underreporting the problems. He says, "We're having a pizza party because we're lowering defects, but we're not lowering defects. We just ain't reporting them." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all kinds of horrible.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how this plays out. Everybody in the chat, what do you think? Is there any government agency kind of looking in this to see if there could be foul play in the background, or is it just more entertaining to look at it that way? Oh, well,
yeah. I mean, it also looks like he died from natural causes, but maybe there are ways of giving that person those natural causes to die from. I don't know. Could be.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm not much of a tinfoil hattie, but that's one of those situations where I'm clicking yes on the poll that just got posted there. Thank you for being so much quicker than me at that kind of shit.
Had it ready by the end of the show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I should have said what I said on air in the green room so they could have just put the poll up, right? That was probably the way.
Just remember, I'm not in the green room. Right.
Oh,
carry on.
Okay. Fired. No, but maybe when it pertains to this, this is that Rabbit R1. You know how there's the humane pin, that thing you can wear that's stupid AI box. And this is the other one. Marquez Brownlee on YouTube, MKBHD reviewed this. And he said it was just one of the most unnecessary products ever released, right? So
yeah, 4 hours of charge time. Great.
Yeah, exactly. The battery life, everything's horrible, right? Sorry, one sec. But so here's the deal: these boxes are supposed to be not a cell phone, not a device that's just proliferated with apps and it's all crazy and stuff. But the idea is the AI is what you interact with only, and it does all the other stuff for you, right? So, as Dunk was saying, it has terrible battery life. There's unbelievable chunks of core functionality that the thing should have. Like you see on the right, there's a scroll wheel. That's the lower thing on the right.
Yeah.
It has a touch screen, and you're allowed to use the touch screen sometimes, but not in
keyboard.
Yeah. You're allowed to use the touchscreen when the keyboard comes up. But if you just want to scroll through the results from the AI, you have to use that stupid wheel. It's all kinds of crazy, but
and it's interminably slow as well. The scroll wheel is just like,
it's awful, and the scroll wheel sticks out the back too. And so when you sit it on a table, it's not even flat. It's like right. So and to make sure you don't accidentally scroll with the back side of it when you're holding it, the touch sensitivity of it has been dumbed down so that you have to really move it to make it do anything. It's an awful device, right? And it's $200. So Android authorities Michelle Raman looked at the software and found that this smartphone replacement device is actually just running Android OS, and it's an app. That's all it is. So what he did was he ripped the app out of it, and he was able to install it on his Google Pixel 6. He got the AI assistant to answer questions on the phone and the whole bit. So Rabbit Incorporated, the morons that made this stupid device when they should have just released an app for your damn phone, are now flipping out because they don't want this app getting out in the wild. This isn't how it's supposed to work. So now they're going to have to put all kinds of money into the back end to make sure that they're authenticating where the app API calls are coming from and whatnot. And it's an absolute farce for them because they were dead set to say this is not just another Android app. This is a new thing. It's not. And they've even started throwing around some legal threats right now, right? So the opening sales pitch.
Hang on, of what? Legal threats of what? Of people like exposing them?
Yeah, people trying to get the app and post it on websites so that you could sideload it on your Android device, right? Yeah. So they came out in the beginning and they were like, this is a way to break away from the app-based ecosystem. And all they did was write an app and run it on Android. And for the record here, the humane AI pen with the stupid projector so you can look like you're trying to hold your own virtual tit while you're looking at your hand to read. That's also just an app on Android. So it's all BS. It's all nonsense. Don't buy into it. And for the love of God, don't buy these stupid things.
You know what will be next? You'll be able to get an Apple iPhone, which will be an app on an Android device.
There might be something there. No, that's not Melina, but...
Yeah. Oh, dear God. Here we go.
Get your shovel and dig, fellow babies.
This is Kristi Noem, a strong contender to be named the running mate to Donald Trump. And she's caused a stir with an early release of her book, No Going Back, The Truth That's What's Wrong with Politics and How We Move America Forward. Brilliant, catchy title there. It's to be published in the US next month, I believe. But in the book, she tells this story about her dog. Cricket was a wire-haired pointer, about 14 months old, the dog was a female dog. There was aggressive personality and needed to be trained to be used for hunting pheasant. By taking Cricket on a pheasant hunt with older dogs, Noem hoped that calm the dog down and begin to teach her how to behave. Unfortunately, Cricket ruined the hunt by going out of her mind with excitement, chasing all the birds and having the time of her life.
So being a puppy.
Yeah, that sounds what a little doggy would do. Yeah, okay, train it, but, okay. But Noam describes calling Cricket, then using an electronic collar to attempt to bring her under control. Nothing worked. Then on the way home after the hunt, as Noam stopped to talk to a local family, Cricket escaped Noam's truck and attacked the family's chickens, grabbing one chicken at a time, crunching it to death with one bite, and then dropping it to move on to another one.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's funny.
It's a mad dog. It's a mad dog. Yeah, it just needs some training. Through it all, Noam says Cricket was, the picture of pure joy. She says, I hated that dog. Noam writes, adding that Cricket had proved herself untrainable, dangerous to anyone she came in contact with, and less than worthless as a hunting dog. So she did what any person would do. She took Cricket to the gravel pit, got her out with her gun, and shot it. She shot Cricket.
Unbelievable. Not, I gave it to the neighbors as a pet, not something normal.
Give it to a home to retrain it.
She killed it.
She killed the dog. Now, you'd think that'd be the end of it. She also writes that she owned a male goat that was nasty and mean because it had not been castrated. Probably your problem, actually. We've got to look into that.
Are you kidding? You castrate me and you watch me get nasty and mean.
I will have to shoot you then. But no, she said the goat smelled disgusting, musky, rancid, and loved to chase Noam's children, knocking them down and ruining their clothes. So she took it to the gravel pit and shot it.
Oh my God. Now, what does she do if her child starts screaming?
Well, now, at that point, this is the thing that Noam writes, that she realized a construction crew had watched her kill both animals. She did it on the same day. She did it on the same day. She killed both animals on the same day.
Well, since the gun's loaded, I might as well finish up. All right. What?
The startled workers swiftly got back to their work, she writes, only for a school bus to arrive to drop off her children. Kennedy, her daughter, looked around confused and said, "Wait, where's Cricket?" Took her over to the gravel pit. And actually, it's not a gravel pit anymore. It's a murder hole with some gravel in it. That's what we're talking about here.
Fucking crime scene.
What else is in that gravel pit, I wonder?
2 or 3 ex-husbands,
I mean, she basically tells this story in a book, just illustrate her willingness in politics as well, in their South Dakota life, to do anything difficult, messy, and ugly. It simply needs to be done. Yeah, like in politics, if you don't like something, take it to the gravel pit, shoot it to death.
Jesus, who raised this woman?
Could it be Satan?
What an awful. I mean, she'd be a perfect partner for Trump. As a vice president, yeah, she'd be perfect. Because
first argument in the White House, they just draw pistols and shoot each other. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Okay, now this story is not new. It's been around, and you probably have already heard it. But if you haven't, you heard it here first.
Oh man, how bad is humanity?
What a bitch!
Wow. Okay, so she's the worst, man. Holy. So there's a thing in tech. I don't know if you know this one or not, but you'll catch on to what I'm talking about here real quick. In the sector where the laptops are, big business these days. The biggest marketing trend for the last bunch of years has been thinner, as if somehow that makes the product unbelievably better. Because once they got to a certain point of thin, it didn't matter anymore. They get too thin, they're actually awkward to hold in your hand. But the quest for thin has brought us to an age where instead of having like RAM modules so you can upgrade your computer's performance, they're all soldered in now. And over at Digital Trends, one of their reporters there did a little dig into this to see if it's truly planned obsolescence or is it, a quest to make better products for us. And this person came up unsure of the situation. Well, I can tell you how sure I am of the situation. Nobody needs their laptop to be 2 extra mil thinner as a marketing point for advertising at the expense of being able to upgrade it halfway through its lifespan to make it work better. That is ridiculous. What they're doing by doing this soldered on RAM is making it so that the product now has a much shorter finite life cycle. And as such, you're just going to have to get another one quicker. And right in the report here, I mean, this person that did this report, I'm not calling them out because I don't really agree with the, their wishy-washiness on it. I think it's outright just marketing BS and planned obsolescence. But this person even says electronics, computers, and so on, especially laptops, have never had shorter lifespans than they do now. Laptops themselves are getting replaced every 2 and 3 years by people that want to have the newest one with the most performance and whatnot. And, if you look at it the way AMD and Intel market their CPUs, it's every year, it's the next greatest thing, blah, blah, and blah, blah. But in the end, simple upgrades like just adding RAM would have made it so many laptops that were supposedly Vista compatible back in 2006 or whatever that weren't, could have been, because that's one of the major things. As these operating systems get more and more complex, RAM memory is the thing you need the most to make it so it doesn't chug to a crawl. So I think that we've gotten to a point now where you've got an apologetic attitude, as if it's like, well, I know I can't upgrade it now and I'm going to have to get rid of it sooner, making my investment over 3 years instead of 5. Therefore, it's a lot more monthly or whatever to you. That's fine, because then they couldn't innovate and give me the latest in creation. Shaving 2 mil off by making it so you can't upgrade the computer later to make it last longer has nothing to do with innovation.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in this case, I think definitely stuff like RAM and storage are definitely some things that you should be able to upgrade pretty easily. But I would say the innovation on that would not come from just allowing them to have them sockets built onto the motherboard. But I would just how about redesigning the way those sockets are,
implemented and used? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because those sockets are pretty chunky. Even the slimline, laptop.
The SO DIMMs, the little laptop memories. Yeah, exactly.
Just maybe there's just a way of making that better.
Yeah.
So it'd be easier to install the RAM.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree. But why would they do that when they can just skip it all together? It's cheaper to solder it on, and you get fuck off, and you get quicker, rebuys, right? Yeah. So anyway, rant. I don't know if that's news so much, but it's definitely proliferating everything. And make the choice when you're buying. Purchase with your wallet in mind, and make sure companies know you don't want that crap.
Bit hard though, because I'm just going to buy another Apple. Whatever they do,
They're one of the worst offenders, and I got one too. So I don't know. Yeah. But there are technical reasons for some of those types of limitations. But I don't want to get too far into it because it's all poop.
Oh God, here we go. Yes, this is what they want. Google Pixel phone users are noticing a new feature that allows them to send audio emojis. They're not emojis, are they? Hang on, what's this emojis?
They're called audio files. Then, yeah.
Anyway, during phone calls, eliciting a mixed reaction from users. The feature called Audio Emojis presents users with 6 familiar emojis, including laughing, clapping, celebrating, a drum, crying, and a poo emoji. When tapped, each emoji produces a corresponding sound down the phone line.
So if somebody sends me, I'm going to fly and kick your ass.
Users have shared their experiences of the features, with some expressing amusement and curiosity. One user reported testing it out with their brother, while others acknowledged the novelty of the feature and expressed willingness to use it despite not necessarily asking for it. Did we ask for this? Do we want it? No, but I'll use it anyway.
Sorry, Grandma, I meant to send that to Billy. It's just...
Yeah, not all users are impressed with the new edition, as some criticize the feature, suggesting that Google should focus on improving other aspects of the phone instead. Just what your dick was talking about
Thank you, God.
5 minutes ago. Yeah, despite the mixed reactions, some users found humor in the inclusion of the fart sound, joking about it, using it to respond to scam calls. I mean, it's just a soundboard. You don't need this. I mean, surely there are other ways of just doing this.
I know.
I don't know why you need to add this to the whole emoji experience.
How can you imagine? You're at dinner with your in-laws and you just, snip off quick to check a couple things on your phone and you accidentally tap an emoji while you're trying to scroll the screen. Oh, geez,
Yeah, hang on. I've just got an important text from work. Let me just read it.
Exactly.
I mean, what's next? Where are we going to go with this? Are we just going to end up just like talking to each other in grunts? Are we literally devolving at this point? By communicating with pictures, and now those pictures can make sounds as well. Oh God, please.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the English language?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what the hell? Okay, that's weird. Sorry.
Okay.
I shouldn't have reacted to that, but I'll tell you after. It's really weird. So, this is stupid. It's sad that it takes two stupid people to announce it to y'all, but it's stupid. Dear Lord. Everything just gets dumber and dumber. Oh, so you all remember recently there was that huge issue in the United States with the hack on that healthcare company that processes payments to make sure that people get their insurance coverage and all that crap. What the hell are they? Change Healthcare. That's what they're called. Sorry, I couldn't get the site wouldn't scroll. Chrome is shitting the bed on me today. So they experienced a ransomware attack and it hamstrung the US prescription market for 2 weeks. It was unbelievable. Like people that need life-saving medications could not get them. It was so bad, right? So with no easy way for pharmacies to calculate what costs were covered by insurance companies, payment processors, providers, and patients experienced massive long delays in filing for prescriptions for medicines, many of which were life-saving, right? So, these people that did the hack didn't just screw up the system. They got personal health information and personal information for a substantial portion of the US population. So this has got to be one of the worst data breaches in the history of the United States of America, right?
So far.
Yeah, because no other company has their hands in everybody's pockets except the government. You know what I mean? So Andrew Whitney, CEO of Change Healthcare, said the breach started on February 12 when hackers obtained an account password for a portal allowing remote access to employee desktop devices. So this isn't just one person that works there who had their account compromised. These guys now had access, right? What was the problem? Somebody forgot to turn on two-factor authentication for that portal. That's all it was. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's all it was. So once the threat actor gained access, they moved around in the system for like 7 days, slowly getting into all the different systems they need to. Whitty didn't explain why the account didn't have multi-factor authentication. But this, there's a hearing coming up, like a big Congress hearing or whatever it is, and I'm sure this is going to be a major focus. After burrowing in, it was 9 days. The hackers had deployed ransomware that prevented the company from accessing its IT environment. So basically locking all the servers and terminals out. Nothing could communicate. They also have now admitted that they paid a ransom. And critics are seriously pissed about this because you start paying ransoms to these hackers and all of a sudden what's going to happen, right? So what actually happened, they paid $22 million to one group, but that group actually pocketed the funds rather than share it with the affiliate hacker group that actually did the hack. So then the guys that really did the hack shared some of the information on the internet to show that they really did have it. So then these guys had to pay the other group off. And the CEO is like, oh, deciding to pay was a really bad decision, but it's one of the hardest I could have made. And well, I'm sorry, BS, right? So the ransomware attack resulted in 872 millions in cost in its first quarter alone, and that amount included 593 in direct response costs and another 279 in disruptions. They have advanced more than $6.5 billion in accelerated payments out to certain places that got totally screwed during this whole thing. They themselves, United Healthcare, reported $99.8 billion in sales in the first quarter alone, and an annual revenue, before profit, of $371 billion in 2023. That much money on the line, that much personal information on the line, and they didn't even have two-factor authentication enabled on a vital aspect of their technology back end. This shows you how badly all these rich gits actually think of us and our privacy and our right to privacy, and they don't care at all. There's no way these kind of lapses would continuously and constantly come up if anybody gave a rat's ass, because if you're bringing in $300 billion a year, you better do better than that.
Yes,
unbelievable.
Absolutely. And also, Dick is going to post the link into that portal into the chat, so everybody can have access. There's no authentication. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's a free for all now. But yeah,
while you were telling that story, I had it in my back of my mind. This should be like a new Tron sequel where you have like agents inside the net who are going in to attack the ransomware, and you could have a whole flipping like spy James Bond sort of thing, a proper thing, but all in the Tron world.
Be a better sequel than what they gave us.
Yeah. Copyright the Shills.
See us for the script, all right?
Yeah. We'll work it out in the after show on Friday.
Now this is crazy.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
When you get your food served up, the last thing you expected to do is see it leap off your plate and onto the floor. Play the video. Look at it go. Oh. What the?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is real. It's not animatronics. It's not a piece of string. It's not CGI. It's not AI.
What?
This is a real thing. Now, fortunately, there is a good explanation for all of this. The dead have not risen, but it's apparently because it's a fresh cut of flesh being exposed to a lot of salt. Apparently, the neurons were still active on this chunk of meat. It was that fresh, meaning that it reacted to the sodium ion that can be found in salt and soy sauce. Thus, the exposure to salt makes the still existing muscles in the meat contract, even though it's dead, allowing the meat to appear as though it's still alive and flopping around like a zombie. I want food that fresh. Cricket, come here, come to the gravel pit. I've got an experiment I want to do.
I'd rather a piece of meat be a little fresher than rotting, but
it's a little bit too fresh.
Yeah,
it's still got brain activity going on in it.
What the hell?
Screams when you fry it.
Yeah, the head's still alive in the back.
Yeah. Where was I? They also suggested the meat came from a frog. Footage might have come from a restaurant that does something called ikizukuri, where live seafood is prepared, and it normally is processed for fish, but it can be done for frogs as well.
It's freaking me out, man.
I don't want to be eaten. I'm out of here. See you later, guys.
You can see its flipper going, man. It's making a break for it.
I'm free. I'm free. Ah!
There was a baby penguin 2 minutes before, you know?
It's just a quail that's been stripped of its feathers. Run away! Run away! Follow me, guys!
Yeah.
Follow me! We're out of here.
I can't do that anymore. It's creeping me the fuck out.
Can you imagine if it,
No!
do they cook it? Is a sushi restaurant? Is it served?
Do you have
raw?
to tie it down like it's in an asylum to cook that thing? You
Does
know,
it
like-
does it wriggle as it goes down?
Yeah. Come served in a straitjacket because that's the only way you can keep it on the grill. I mean, it's just.
You know what the Klingons say? They always love their cark fresh. You can't get much fresher than that.
Oh, that's
dear.
creepy. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. That's real too, man. That's weird.
Mm.
Yeah. So here, a little more bit of how
Yeah,
rich.
follow that, you bastard. Follow that.
Well, if you want, I can. You want to see a picture that's just as disgusting? There you go.
It's another wriggling piece of meat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, former President Ronald Gump gave a little sit down with Time magazine, right? I got to scroll here to get to my part. There we go. And when he started talking about immigration and things of that nature, this is here. Trump repeated false claims that many migrants are former prisoners or have been institutionalized in their home countries. CNN reported that there's no data to support this idea at all. Most measures of violent crime in the U.S. have actually been falling. Trump started pointing to what they called, sorry, not my words, Operation Wetback, the deportation initiative taken along the border with Mexico during the Eisenhower administration as a model. Yeah, they even in the politics called it that, right? So, but Trump promised mass deportation in 2016. He didn't employ an Eisenhower-like effort first time around, but he's bringing back the pledge. Trump told Time he would target between 15 and 20 million people who he said are undocumented in the U.S. And what is he going to do in targeting them? Well, he's up to using the National Guard in the whole bit. Trump said, when we talk military, I'm speaking of the National Guard. He would have no problem using the military per se, although he thinks the National Guard would suffice. He doesn't think laws meant to prevent the use of the military against civilians inside the U.S. without congressional approval would apply because they aren't civilians, Trump said of the migrants. They are people that aren't legally in our country. This is an invasion of our country. He also repeated the conspiracy theory that the fighting age males from China are being embedded in the U.S. secretly. Trump went on. Yeah, Trump went on to say, you got to do what you got to do to stop crime and stop what's taking place at your border. Trump tried to downplay the idea that there would be massive camps of detained migrants like those described in a New York Times article. Because he said, we're not leaving them in the country. We're getting them out. And so where are you going to put them once you've identified them before you get rid of them? No, you just oh my God.
To the gravel pit.
Yeah. And Trump at the end, when he was reminded that all these actions would be challenged by the Supreme Court, he said, I have great respect for the Supreme Court. You have no respect for law unless you're allowed to make it. And I'll call you on that right now. Right. So, he also started again on the judge and whatnot in his trial, and he said he was just beaking off on a podium somewhere for votes, and he was like, "There's no crime. I have a crooked judge. He's totally conflicted. This comes from the White House, and they're trying to impede my bid to retake the White House." And he was just going on and on. He's called it a kangaroo courtroom and claimed that Biden's administration is giving orders to the judge in the background. You should not be able to spew conspiracy theory nonsense like that when you are running for the top job of your country. That's a joke. Oh my God. So sorry we pick on him a lot, but holy shit, what am I supposed to do?
I want to see him in a kangaroo court.
Oh,
with proper kangaroos. Actually, that image you got of there, he looked like the guy in the movie Scanners just before his head blows up.
Yeah. If only. Too funny. Did you want to get in one last one here, quick? We got a little time.
Oh, okay. We'll do the shoddy school dinner one because that's a quickie.
Yeah.
Because Liz Cooper expressed her dismay after her teenage grandson received a single piece of chicken and a wrap for his school lunch.
That's a nugget.
It's got sauce.
Looks like somebody sneezed on it.
Lincolnshire University Academy at Whole Beach. Cooper described the portion as insufficient to sustain a 16-year-old boy throughout the afternoon. I wouldn't a 16-year-old ant couldn't eat that. According to Cooper, her grandson's complaint led to the suggestion to add salad to the wrap. And she emphasised that the chicken provided was extremely small, likening it to a piece of popcorn chicken rather than a substantial portion like a goujon or a chicken nugget.
It's so small in the wrap that if they were to add salad, they would just throw a little sprig of parsley on it and go, there you go.
Oh, no, not parsley. You're insane. But following Cooper's complaint, the secondary school acknowledged the issue and stated that the caterers would review the quality of the wraps and increase the quantity of the chicken. They'll put 2 pieces in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous.
It's like they rated they rated the headmaster's pants and came up with that.
When I first saw it, I wasn't even sure what it was. I thought it was a bit of your little pot or something. But it doesn't even look like. It doesn't even look edible.
It looks like the kind of thing you wipe off your own butt after 3 days in the bush camping.
Oh dear me. There we go. We're out. Yeah, do that.
A couple of shout outs quick. Demetrius Ziganovas has sent in a direct donation there. What button? That button will happen just nicely. Mr. Dick, sir, have you tried that Lithuanian beer yet? I want a review on the next stream, please. I actually haven't, but I will remember because I'm going to go in about half an hour and get a couple for later. And I'll ask and make sure and see what they got and stuff at the local one. And I'll check from there what else I can figure out. So cool. I won't forget. Plus we got Sprinkles DMC gifting out a Shills membership and Rose Rowley giving out a Shills membership as well. Hey, that means we got somebody to pay the bar tab. Awesome. Send in your address. New members cover the bill. We're good.
Oh, whoa.
Lord, Thunder and Jesus. We made it. We'll say goodbye to all the team and the credits and stuff, and we'll thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Holy shit, I said it.
That's my job.
So a big thanks to our team in the background who do everything for us, research, moderation, and, sometimes dishes and laundry. It really depends. You never know. CF Beauty runs the teams. You got BME, Crazy Cat 1, Sheena Caldwell, PJ CNET, and The Kraut. And Yenna is in the chat as well. So big love and shout outs to everybody.
And thank you everybody who do like the super chats and all those lovely things and donations and stuff, because it really helps things going around here. Don't forget to like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now. Bing. And don't forget to share us out. Share us out. Take us down the gravel pit and shoot us like a dog. Get us in the news. And don't forget, what else you can do? You can watch the show, watch it again, watch all the other shows again and then again and again, and leave a little comment in the chat. The comments in the video afterwards. You can do that. That'll be nice. And don't forget, tomorrow night we have the double header, which is the 42 show and the after show. So come and see us there.
And over the weekend, we got the Starsky stream on Saturday and the Knee Ukraine show Beyond the Headlines on Sunday. See you soon, fellow babies.
Bye-bye. Stay shy.